All right, y'all, good morning. So it's it's Wednesday morning, and Bo is still at the shelter as far as I know. Now, I don't know if he, well, you never know. He's been known to leave those places, but usually, when it's this cold, he ain't leaving none of that. He ain't gonna leave because he ain't got no place to go. So, right now it's 38 degrees. So it's still cold, for us down here in the south. I'm not doing much today. Gonna do just a little video. I got a tree job I'm going to look at right now. I'll get a little video over there, and that'll probably be about it, man. I got the dump trailer dumped. I got all the things done yesterday that I needed to get done as far as the banking and the license and all that stuff. So now I'm on to we're gonna run down some work now. I have not heard back from the mechanic on the Bobcat, so I don't know if it'll be ready this week or not. When it's ready, though, I got at least 2 jobs that we can go do with it. And I've been looking at these lifts, and I found one, and it's not local, but it's in Georgia. It's up in North Georgia toward Rome, Georgia, and it's a 2015 Genie lift. You tow it behind your truck, and they're wanting. Well, they told me to make them an offer, so I made them an offer at $11,500. So I don't know if they'll take that or not. And a lot of you guys might be saying, "Why aren't you using the auction money?" Well, the 30K that the auction granted me or whatever, well, I was talking to the folks last night or yesterday afternoon about some of the conditions of the loan, and I don't know that I want to get involved in it, man, because the interest rate is a lot higher than the lady told me in the very beginning. You never know about these things until you actually start getting some documentation that's got your name and stuff on it, and for you to sign. You got to sign for a loan. And so I sent them all the information, and she responded, all the ID information and tax ID and all that stuff. And she called me, and I talked to her for about 20 minutes about the terms of a loan, if I did that or if I did that. Well, the loan is a lot higher. It's not no 3.5. No, hell no. It's like 8. So, I don't know that I want to get involved in anything like that. I guess if I found a good enough deal on something, I would, but I have that option, so, I don't know that I'll use that money unless I absolutely have to, because I can buy a lift outright, or I can finance a lift with a dealer, and probably get a better interest rate than that. That's not a very good interest rate if you ask me. So if it was 4 or less, then I'd be a lot more open to that. But it would have to be a hell of a deal, and I would have to have a lot of work lined up to be able to overcome that 8.5%. Yeah. And the more of the 30K, and it's weird, the more of the 30K that I use, say I use 20,000 of it, because I never intended to use the whole 30K, no way. Well, unless something crazy happened. But if you use the whole 30K, then the interest rate is not as much. And there's a whole bunch of variables. How long are you financing it for? Are you doing it for 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever, you know? All that has a you know, a hand in what you're paying on interest, you know. And you know, I'm not thinking to get caught up in no high interest crap like that when I don't have to, you know. So I may have to go another route with the lift and just either pay cash for one, and that's something that I could do if the price is right. And or finance it through whoever I buy the equipment from, and put like a, you know, put a down payment on it or whatever. It's just according to how much money I'm spending and what the interest rate is, to whether I'm going to pay cash or not. There he is. One of my customers done sent me. He owed me $180, and he sent me $280 for Christmas. I'm gonna have to. Ain't that sweet? Okay, I gotta find this house. All right, let me pull up here. I'm gonna get a little video just so I have some reference when I call him later on. I'm not sure which trees he's talking about. They're not right up on the house like I was thinking. So let me conclude this part of the video right now so I can get a fresh take on this. Peace out. All right, y'all. So he could be talking about that sweet gum in the middle, but I don't think so. I bet he's talking about, because I don't see any in the back that are real close. You got that sweet gum. That sweet gum's a pretty big tree, and I could put a rope in it and pull it down. You got to be careful about which way you pull it, man. Probably want to come this way with it, you know. Pull it right up in there. Gotta watch out for this damn thing right here. Don't want to break nothing. But I'd be willing to bet. He said the front yard, I believe. I'd be willing to bet it's these pine trees right here. That's what I think it is. Y'all see them right there? And that one's leaning hardcore toward the house. So this would be a good job to have a lift on. See, you could go up there, trim the branches off, and wrap a rope around it, come down, and I could just I could pull it this way with the skid steer, you know, pull it right down, right, lay it down right here, you know, lay it right here, you know. But you'd have to overcome that lean. That lean's pretty hardcore. So that means I would have to be the one in the Bobcat. See, because sometimes I'll put one of the guys in the Bobcat. Well, all the time I do, and just let them back up and see. That's kind of tricky there. They got to keep the rope tight. And think about with the Bobcat, as long as you got enough rope, and I got 250 feet of bull rope, 9,000 pound capacity. But see, if you try to do that, if you do it wrong and you break the rope, I don't know if it will or won't, but you just never know. And the rope breaks, then you've just clobbered his house. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And see, I know anybody that's got a sweet gum tree would love to trim this ugly thing up, you know, get all the branches off of it for, you know, first 20 feet, you know, and that would be a good job for a lift. And to see how there's no grass around the bottom, and it drops them sweet gum balls, and they're rough on a mower, and he cuts his own grass. But yeah, that's something that yeah. Keep in mind, y'all, he only wants me to drop them. He doesn't want me to, whatever trees they are. I'm not sure that those are them, but those are the only two that are leaning toward the house. He just wants me to drop them, get them on the ground, and we're 3 miles from my house. So I could drop them pretty quick. You know, you just have to have the skid steer over here. I'd have to have the Bobcat over here. So yeah. Anyway, so y'all see what I see, man. So I'm basing it on what I see right here. And of course, before I do a job like this, I would meet with him again here, and we would walk and make sure that we're on the same page as far as logistics and being able to you know, he's okay with me dropping them in the, you know, in the yard or whatever, you know. Yeah. So I don't think that I mean, it's not as sketchy as some jobs that I've done with trees, but you have to be pretty careful over here, and that's where I start running into problems with guys that work for me, because the guys that work for me, they don't have any experience in doing tree stuff, and they don't understand. I thought everybody understood leverage and this and that, but they don't understand leverage and understand pivot points and understand these type of things. And I don't mean to sound, you know, like I know everything, but you have to be somewhat knowledgeable about these type of things, and you gotta be graceful when you're doing tree work. You can't just be like a bull in a china shop. You got to be graceful and make sure that nothing goes wrong. And I check, and then I check again, and then I double check again before I do anything on a tree job like that. You know, one wrong move on that tree that's leaning toward the house, and it'll hit the house. You break the rope that you got up in it by pulling it too hard, because you get frazzled on the Bobcat, then it's all for nothing. So, but if I'm in the skid steer, probably what I would do, I could probably get it down without any help. Probably be about the best way to do it. I could go notch it, you know, and then put a rope in it, notch it to where it don't fall. Of course, it can't fall. Notch it, and then pull it down, pull it over with the Bobcat, you know. So, I mean, these are things that I can do. So, I don't know, man. You know, I told him I wouldn't charge less than $500. So he seemed to be okay with you know, probably between $500 and $700. But considering I don't have to pick them up, that's good money, man. Because I could do that. You know, after I get equipment over there, the Bobcat over there. I could do that in, y'all know, pretty freaking quick. Yeah. You know, the thing about having guys out there that don't know what they're doing, or don't understand where I'm coming from, or don't have a lot of experience with tree work and stuff, is I get frustrated because it's high tense. There's some high tense moments there, you know, and where, you know, there's no room for making a mistake. And, you know, you make a mistake with something like that, no, I'm sorry, or my bad, that ain't gonna get it, you know. So I'm real stressed when I do things like that, especially when I know that it could be catastrophic, you know, if it hits the house. So, you know, and I got insurance for all that, but man, I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to hit nobody's house or nothing, man. Not only does hitting somebody's house or structure or anything where it's not supposed to, not only does it cost you money, but it also takes a notch off your confidence. And to do stuff like tree work, you got to be pretty confident that you can drop it wherever you say you can. And if you've had a bunch of failures, then you're not going to be as confident, you know. That's just my thinking anyway. But that was cool, the customer to send me an extra $100, man. I love that, dude. My customers are graceful as all get out, man. They really, yeah, they really look out for Ray, you know. They really do. You know, every year, I usually end up getting, you know, $900 in extra money, you know. I mean, for real. You know, 100 here, 100 there, you know, 50, 60 here, 50, 60 there. A lot of customers will give me 100 extra. Another customer gave me $130 extra. I mean, it adds up, man. And I hadn't even done the last hoorah before Christmas. And we'll do that next week. We'll go around and do the, you know, do the final cut, clean up, whatever you want to call it, before Christmas. And then that's when I'll have time. After that, I won't be doing any yard work. But all the leaves have not fallen yet, and I'm kind of waiting on that to happen, man. Usually the leaves, you know, have already started falling. Well, they've started falling, but there's still a lot of leaves in the trees down here where I'm at. So yeah. Anyway, I got to go up here to the grocery store real quick and pick up some few things for the house and all that there. Just a boring day, man. You know, nothing real exciting going on this time of year for us down here in Ray's Landscaping. Peace out, y'all.